video we will try to explore how a static block and an instance initializer block in Java loads. So first of all, I have a class here which is called class initialization, which has the main method, and there are three other classes basically. One is class AA, and there is a class BB that extends class AA, and there is a class CC that extends class BB. Now each of these classes has an instance initializer block and a static initializer block, and there is static variable and instance variable as well, but each of them has that. So basically we first let's see how the static block loads. So here I am trying to, in the main method, I am trying to print out the static variable of class AA. So class then dot the static variable which has a value of 5, and if I run it, what will happen? Let's see what happens. So what happens is first the AA static initializer block, so that is printing here, so that is inside the static block here. So first when the class loads, since I'm trying to access the static variable of class AA, the class AA loads, and as a result first the static block is executed. So whatever is there inside is executed, and we have a print statement, so that gets printed, and then the variable, as we are trying to print here, the instance static variable in static is printed. So that's there. Now let's say we want to we want to print the static variable of class BB, which is a subclass of class AA. So when we do that, when we execute it, now what should happen now is first the superclass will be loaded. So the static block of AA, class AA will be first executed, then static block of class BB will be executed, and then the static variable will be printed. So class BB has this static block which has BB static initializer inside it as a print statement. So let's do that and let's see what happens. Yes, so first the static block of AA, and then static block of BB, then the whatever we are trying to print out here, that is being printed. So we are trying to print from BB. So first the superclasses static block is executed, and then the current classes static block is executed. So obviously what will happen if we do CC, what will happen if we try to print the static variable of class CC, what will happen is if we execute it, of course what we can expect. Before I print, let's think what we can expect. So first class AA static block, then class BB static block, then class CC static block will be executed, and then we will get the printout of static variable of class CC, which has a value of 555. Let's see whether that happens. And yes, we have A static initializer, BB static initializer, CC, and then this one. So that's fine. Now let's see what happens if we create an object. Let's see, first we create an object of AA. So this is an AA object of AA, which is called an AA here. So we are just trying to create the object, nothing else. So what should happen is when we are trying to create the object of AA, first class AA will be loaded. So first static block of AA will be executed, then the instance block of AA will be executed, then the constructor will be executed. So let's see, we have in the instance block, we have this statement, this is the instance block, and then we have a constructor that says AA constructor. So everywhere we have a print statement to check whether that executes or not. Let's see what happens. And yes, when the A is static initializer, then A is instance initializer, there is constructor. So that's there. Now if we do BB, let's see, let's do BB. I don't have I have to write it here. BB is equal to new BB, and let's do that one, and let's try to execute that. Now what should happen is first class AA will be loaded, and then class BB. So let's see what happens now. It will be interesting to see what happens now. We can see first AA is loaded, then class BB is loaded, and when a class is loaded, the static block is executed. So AA static block is executed, then BB static block is executed, then it goes back to the superclass. AS instance initializer is executed, then AS constructor is executed. finally BB's instance initializer executed and BB's constructor is executed. That's what happens. Now if we create this object again, let's say we create another object of BB. So let's say we will notice something, sorry, BB, and if we create another object of BB, what will happen? The static block will be executed only once. We can see a, if we here we can see A static initializer, BB static initializer. Then for the first object we have A's instance initializer, A's constructor, then BB's instance initializer, BB's constructor. Again for the second object we again have these things executed. So the static block is executed only once when the class is loaded. After that, for each object creation, only the instance block, instance initializer block, and the constructor is executed. So that's there. And same thing would happen for CC if we do that. But we can expect what can happen. First, all the initial static blocks will be executed, A, B, B, C, C, and then we will have the instance block of A executed, as constructor of A executed, then BB's instance initializer executed, BB's constructor is executed, and then finally CC's instance initializer block is executed, and then CC's constructor will be executed. So that's there. So it's a long print statement: A static, BB static, CC static, then A constructor, A instance initializer, BB's constructor, A's constructor, sorry, BB, instance initializer constructor, then finally the object here. And if we create another object of CC, of course this part will be executed again, all of them will be executed each time a new object is created. If it is for the subclass, all the superclasses object will be created, because in the constructor there is actually a super statement which calls the super constructor, and of course the instance initializer is also created. So yeah, just wanted to look into this one, how this static block and instance initializer block is executed when a class loads and this subclass loads and an object is created.